What's good, Fight Family? This is Ashley's Corner. Man, I seen something in the article. I'm gonna flash up on the screen in a second, and I'm down. Like, I'm here for this fight. Okay. They're calling for Teofimo Lopez versus Jose Pedraza on December 10th at the Hulu Theater in Madison Square Garden on ESPN. Um, I also read in that article that Teo has a guaranteed shot at Josh Taylor's WBO when and if he rematches Jack Catterall and leaves 140 and heads up to 147 pounds. Jose Pedraza just fought um, Richard Comey. I picked him to win, but that fight was a draw. He was kind of underwhelming in that fight. Um, it's like I really hope that whoever won that fight wasn't going to be the person to fight Teofimo Lopez, because I definitely don't want to see him versus Richard Comey again. I just don't. He knocked him out Teo knocked Richard Comey out in 2 rounds, and it wasn't much to watch. After that knockout, the knockout came very fast in the fight, so it really is not much to see. But Teofimo Lopez just had his first fight at 140 pounds against the guy that's sitting on the canvas right now. Pedro Campo, I believe is his name. And the ref ended up stopping the fight. I believe it was like 7 rounds, so he won by TKO. And now they're giving him or making him fight uh, Jose Pedraza. Um, Real quick, Teofimo Lopez specs. He's 17 and with one loss. He has 13 knockouts. He's fought for 91 total rounds as a professional. Um, his knockout percentage is 72.22%. He's been pro for 6 years. He's 25 years old. He's 5'8" with a 68.5-inch reach, and he fights out of Las Vegas currently. Um, the what I can say, like Tio, I believe is very focused now. After his loss, I believe it gave him a wake up call, especially how the public did him. You can tell that he's salty about a few things, like he has a little chip on his shoulder. His head sometimes just gets a little too big for his britches, and he can't focus correctly. So if he can control all of that ego that he has, I believe he might be able to do good at 140, but I don't believe he's gonna be I believe he's gonna fight certain fighters to get to where he's going, which is to the title. And he's not gonna have a bunch of hard fights because it is a lot of killers at 140. But I don't think Teofimo's going to fight him, if you understand what I'm saying. So he may get a title, but he's not gonna get 2, 3, 4. I don't think he's gonna be a unified champ at 140. Anything's possible. But I see some killers about to grab some titles as well, just like he is. They're on their way to the IBF and the WBC. So we'll see what's good. And you still got Devin Haney coming straight up. Who knows how that's going to play out? He can go straight for Teofimo if he does get this WBO title. But I know you got Gary Antoine Russell, I believe, is getting the IBF or the WBC. And like, there's some killers about to grab some titles as well. So we'll see how that all plays out. But Pedraza is a good test because he has good defensive skills and he can move his feet pretty well. That's something that Teo hasn't fought against. Like, Teo hasn't fought nobody with a 70.5-inch reach and can move their feet with good defense. He hasn't. I don't believe he's fought somebody that could do that. You know what I mean? Um, I know he fought Lomachenko, but Lomachenko has short arms and he's shorter than Teo. Like, these two guys are the same height that I'm talking about. And so it's different with somebody with the reach and that can, do those things as well. And you remember Teo fought um, the Japanese guy that was the first guy that he fought that was undefeated. And I think he was 18-0 at that time. And he gave Teo a lot of problems. That fight went 12 rounds and Teo won by decision. But Teo said on the mic in the ring that he is glad that he doesn't have to fight any tall guys anymore. And it's because of the guy's reach and the way he was fighting. He was fighting at a distance, with Teofimo Lopez, and that's what gave him trouble. Um, Jose Pedraza can be that. He can do that. But which Jose Pedraza are we going to get? Because the last one that I seen, that wasn't good enough. And Teofimo had an okay last fight. His fight was all right. You know what I mean? But if this the same one that comes in, if this the same Teofimo that comes in the way he fought Kambosos, I believe Pedraza can win this fight. Um, if he can get past the middle of the fight, 6 rounds of the fight without getting knocked down, I believe he has a very good chance of going 12 with Teofimo, and maybe a smaller chance. I do have him winning that fight if he can get past 6 rounds of it without falling down. You know what I mean? Without getting dropped. But it all depends on if Teo can land that, because Pedraza, that's what I'm saying. If this is a good Pedraza that comes in, he's not just gonna keep his head on the center line. You know what I mean? He's gonna know how to fight somebody that is a power puncher, like Teofimo Lopez. But right now, I split and matter of fact, I give Teo the edge of beating Pedraza just because of his last performance. But if Pedraza comes in and uses that jab like that in this picture and he does his thing, I can see him winning. But Jose Pedraza, I'm going to say his specs real quick. He has 29 wins, 4 losses, and 1 draw. He has 14 knockouts. He fought for a total of 260 rounds as a pro. His knockout percentage is 41.18%. He's been pro for 12 years. He's 33 years old. And he is 5'8" with a 70.5-inch reach, from and fights out of Puerto Rico. The only person that stopped him was Gervonta Davis in 2017. His other 3 losses came from good competition. Lomachenko went 12, and Lomachenko was really dotted up in that fight. Pedraza was hurting Lomachenko in that fight, but Lomachenko ended up winning by decision. I believe he lost to Ramirez. He fought Ramirez, and I forgot the last person that he lost to. He lost to somebody else. But Pedraza is a good fighter. He really is. I believe it is a bit of a test at 140 pounds, saying that this would be Teofimo's second fight. So I believe Jose Pedraza is a bit of a test for him. And depending on what Jose Pedraza comes in, he could possibly beat Teofimo Lopez, and he'll be in title contention for the guarantee to fight Josh Taylor, which I don't believe Josh Taylor, like, if he does rematch Jack Catterall and get through that fight and actually win it, he should just move up, because it just looks silly for him to be MIA and stay at 140 after all of this time and then just fight people at 140. If that's what he want to do, cool, but where's he been at? Like, where's he at? Like, so he might as well just go up to 147 and get smashed, or stay at 140 and eventually get smashed. But he need to do something with himself, all right? But back on the topic. I believe this would be a pretty good fight, It does say on BoxRec that Teofimo has a fight coming up December 10th. It just says TBA, that is to be announced, basically. But, I just showed you the article. That's what it is. Tell me in the comment section who you got in this fight and why, okay? I'm really undecided, for real. But I will make another video close to the date of I'll probably make it some, if it really, comes out and they start, advertising the fight and promoting the fight, I'll make another video about my clear winner. But let me know who y'all got. Always like and subscribe to the channel. Peace.